What is going on, guys? I am MC Fixer, and today we're doing a very, very, very special interview with the man, the myth, the legend, Greg Winner, Game Over Greggy himself.
My son.
I know that.
Mick Fister right here, hanging out with him.
Again, first thing we got to do is when you promote me on any of your stuff, please say my name properly.
But that's the gag.
I know.
That's the gag.
I know, but you know what the problem is?
Then people can't find you.
No one finds me.
Yeah, that's trouble. That's trouble.
This has been, for me, this is 5 years, 6 years in the making.
Yeah.
I want to start off a little bit emotional.
Sure.
Because you mean so much to me.
Sure.
So I want to tell you this story, which I wrote in my notes back in 2015.
Okay.
Of the moment you changed my life.
Okay.
And for me it was, I had just been kicked out of my house by my mum. We just had a big fight. And I just went on stage with my fiance, probably my girlfriend at the time, and we were standing there and I was on my YouTube, right? Still doing it, still am.
Yeah.
And you probably don't remember, but I put up a video saying the people that inspire me. And it was a picture of you, we did this whole thing, and then you commented on it. Yeah. Saying, I think it was along the lines of, you're doing it, keep doing it.
Keep it up, yeah.
And that moment changed my life. Forever.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I believe it.
Because for me it was a moment of, my mum and dad don't understand what the hell I do.
Sure.
They don't have a clue what
Sure.
Twitch is.
That tends to happen.
They don't understand any of it, and they sort of poo-poo it.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I'm totally used to it.
Yeah.
But I look at you as someone that I aspire to be like, in like, not in a weird way. But
No, I know, it's not weird, it's not weird.
But in a way of like, I respect your hustle so much, I respect your interviewing skills, I respect everything about you. So to have you say, you're doing it, keep doing it, that moment just meant so much to me. I was in such a bad place at the time as well, with everything that went on, that I still have to keep going.
Oh,
so I still kept doing Ask Fix.
Well, I mean, that's the thing is like, for what as I've said before, you, in this industry, meet people or see people or watch their videos, and you know if they're going to make it or not. They're going to make it. You don't need us to tell you that you're going to make it. You don't need it because you have it. And, like, it's evidenced by the fact that you are still going. Yeah. How many people start a YouTube channel, a podcast, whatever, and after 11 episodes, 5 weeks, whatever it is, are just like, this is a lot of work, and it is a low return, right? It is a low return for all the work you put in. Yeah. You're celebrating every 10 subscribers, right?
Oh,
because
I'm celebrating every one.
What a huge freaking deal that is to have someone actually do that. Yeah. So, yeah, for the fact that you've been doing it for 5, 6 years, like, that alone is like, yep. That says something because a lot of people don't do that. Yeah, I mean, I've been at it for about 5 years. Yeah. Altogether, I took a little bit of a break just due to when I worked at McDonald's. Sure. I had to get the normal job. When I worked at certain other jobs, and I was just like, all right, cool, I'm coming back. Yeah. You guys launched your Patreon. Yeah. Patreon.com/kindoffunnygames. Patreon.com/kindoffunny. Yeah. There you go. I've got it. Thank you. Thanks for covering. I'm good at plugs as well, so that's cool. Always been good at that, but you taught me a little bit more. And then let's just don't have shame. No one will give you money if you don't ask for it, so you gotta just fucking ask. How true is that? Let's talk about that a little bit. So I've got my own Patreon, patreon.com/mcfixer. Yep. Which, again, thank you guys. I didn't know anything about Patreon. Sure. You guys great site, right? You guys launched, you did your year. I think I launched about a year after, which I shouldn't have launched when I did. Because the whole point is you launch with a big fan base and you get some money and people support. It's hard to come up. It's hard to get people. Yeah, but I mean, I don't think. Yeah, that's true. But that's my whole thing too. Is I've talked to people about it before, where they're like, "Oh man, like we'd love to start when we're not big." I'm like, dude, every dollar you get is a dollar you didn't have. Like, you know what I mean? And not to mention too, it's that something. Tim, of course, wise beyond his years. When we were getting ready to start the Game Over Greggy show, yeah, it was that cool, well, let's put it up, and he's just for free. And he was like, well, no, let's put it on Bandcamp, let's sell it. And we were like, well, no, we can sell it later. And he's like, dude, you can't put the genie back in the bottle. Nope, once you do something for free, you can never then say, nah, I'm doing it because people will flip out. Learn that the hard way. Yeah, so I do an Xbox podcast. We just celebrated 150 episodes. Congratulations. Yeah, called My Xbox and Me. My whole reason for doing My Xbox and Me was to come and work for Kind of Funny. Yeah. I looked at you guys, and you was obviously at the time doing PS Beyond. Yeah. No, PS I Love You, sorry. Yeah. It's pretty much same show. Don't sue iTunes. And I was like, what don't they have? Right. That's a great way to do it. I was like, what don't they're not going to hire PlayStation guys. They might, but you're the PlayStation guy. Sure. What don't you have? What can I put, and I started thinking about it a different way, but what can I do that the community don't get already? Right. And I was like, no one's doing an Xbox podcast. Yeah. Because Xbox is losing. Yeah. So nobody wants to talk about it, apart from this guy. 150 weeks, haven't missed a week. Which, again, thank you for. No, because that was the
again, another thing you said is consistency.
Yeah.
Don't miss a week. Don't take breaks.
Sure.
I don't take holidays. I don't take breaks.
And I mean, that's paid off, right? Again, it's that thing is, I know you want to be bigger. Everybody wants to be bigger, but like I've seen your audience, right? I've seen your group of best friends come together and buy you an Xbox One.
Dude,
you know what I mean? Like I've seen that.
That moment was surreal.
Yeah.
That moment for me was, and the crazy thing about that was, it was obviously, I'll show the video, I'll put it in the description below, but the moment for me was when I looked at Haley, which is my fiance, and said, "You didn't suggest this?"
Yeah.
And she was like, "I had nothing to do with this."
Yeah.
And that's when I just started bursting into tears, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, the community is great. It's a lot of best friends, obviously.
Oh yeah, of course.
That have come over and helped and supported, and I'm sure we'll get more coming as friends to the community. The meetup, which...
Oh, dude, what a meetup. You did a great job. Thank you for making that happen.
That was... I hadn't slept for 4 days. Like, only because of... I knew it was going to be big.
Yeah.
And obviously we were communicating and stuff like that, but I just didn't know how big.
Sure.
And the not knowing.
Yeah.
And obviously I had people messaging me from Swansea and from all different places saying they're coming, and I'm like, that's an 8-hour drive. That's a flight. And I'm like,
scary.
but it's, for me it was scary because I didn't want anyone to go without.
Right.
So I tried my best to maneuver to the best of my ability.
Great job,
and try and get as much as I could for you guys to get there. But it went off without a hitch. Thank you for coming.
Oh, thanks for doing it.
Thank you from me, and thank you from all the best friends, because we really appreciate it.
No, it's always that struggle of, we're kind of funny as a train barreling down the tracks, but it's all 7 of us putting down the track as we go. So like for us to somebody was asking me on. My weeks are all screwed up. Somebody was asking me last Friday, like, what we were doing in London. I'm like, I have no. Are you kidding me?
That's a week away.
On Monday, we have this guest in. Tuesday, Scott Porter Day. I'm not worried about RTX London. So to get there and just have it be that you already had a community meetup, great. And it is like we talked about in there. You know what I mean? There is this push and pull of like, we don't want to devalue being sent to events because we're going to do an outside event, right? Most important thing. And that was the struggle. And I think the way we did it, and the way you did it, was so helpful. Well, I know, but you guys, you're doing a community thing already, and so it was originally, I'll just surprise everybody, like we did at the Sydney meet and greet. Which probably isn't a surprise anymore. If there's a community event we're in town, we're probably gonna go. But like, it was like, oh, we'll do it. But then it was like, all right, well, with this much notice, we're not gonna. I'm sure a lot of people are like, oh. If I would have known, I would have driven the 3 hours. But that's kind of the point, right?
That was the whole point.
Exactly.
Honestly, it was like we were having a conversation. I was like, "Are you going to tweet it out?" And it was like a little thing between us, like, "Should I? Should I not?" And I was like, "No, you need to for the people that will do that commitment." And the people that can't afford to get to RTX.
Of course.
But again, I want to stress, even if Greg will say it, but you've got to come to these events and support the guys. You really, really, really do. I know the importance of it. Sure. Because I used to be a rapper full time and do my own gigs. And knowing that people will be there and they're there for you, we're going to pack out that hall to the best of our ability with new panels. Which they're going to see that and they're going to want to bring Nick. They're going to want to bring Kevin. They're going to bring Joey. They're going to want to bring more people.
And it's always that. It's such a struggle of a chicken and egg kind of thing, right? Of like, I understand, like, and this isn't me trying to guilt the best friends at all.
No.
But like, oh man, I wish there was more merch for Kind of Funny at RTX. Well, it's like, Kind of Funny needs to sell more merch at RTX. You know what I mean? Like, why isn't there merch in the UK shop? Probably because the merch that's up right now isn't selling that well. You know what I mean? Like,
the only thing I'll say about that
is shipping.
Shipping, number one, is atrocious, in my opinion. Number two, we've still got the PS I Love You shirt. We don't have much there. So the problem, I'll talk for all of us. Sure. The problem we've got there is we've only got the hoodie and a few of the older t-shirts. So we want to buy merch, like me especially. I want to buy merch, but there's not enough there for me to want to buy it and pay that.
Again, I get that. It comes down to the fact, of course, no matter what, the show's gone, PS I Love You, right? The shirt's still up because like we have stock. What are we gonna do? It's the same thing. I thought it cracked me up the other day. For like a month, even the American store, Kind of Funny merch was like kind of off the table because it was like they're moving warehouses. I was like, okay, no big deal. Then they moved warehouses. Everything came back up, and then this hoodie popped back up. Because somebody moved a box. It was like, oh, hey, look, we still Kind of Funny. Like, fucking toss them back. Like, it was like such a community event. I'm like, what the hell? That hoodie's back. And we're like, it's not really back. It's just...
There's one box somewhere. You
somebody's got a bunch of XLs if you want to go get it,
Exactly. Let's talk about you for a little while.
Sure, about time.
I mean, it's all been about me, so... No, like, how are you finding London? I know we've just been through it a little bit, but... This is a dream. I mean, Andy talks. But for you, obviously, you're here for the first time. How are you finding it? Are you enjoying it? Do you like it?
I've always wanted to come. I've always wanted to come because it's just that great mix of, being over in Europe, but it being in my language, which is helpful because
I
love going to France and I love
my language.
Sorry, my apologies, sir. But like, it's so far it's exactly what I want. Where it's like cool, like I told you earlier, I can't believe the beer culture here. I totally was ignorant that you guys were as into beer as I personally am into beer. So like everywhere we go, amazing. We're drinking in pubs from like the 1700s. I'm like, this is amazing. The architecture, that like. The tube, like
all the things we take, all the things Londoners, I'll say. I won't speak for the whole of the UK. Londoners, we don't care.
Exactly.
No more.
Oh yeah, and that was the thing is, Jen and I are staying here a week afterwards to have a real vacation, and it's like everybody's like, oh cool, where else are you gonna go? And I'm like, no. This is a vacation. We're getting an Airbnb. We're waking up when we wake up. We're making breakfast. What do you want to do today? Where do we want to walk? Yeah, you know what I mean. It's not like
and you deserve it.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, but it's gonna be great. But like. That's the thing of like I've enjoyed exploring so much in the limited time I've had. I have a week now just to run around. I can't wait. See some comic book shops. See what you guys do there. See what's up with some game shops. You know what I mean?
The game shops are rubbish. My dad owns a game shop, actually. Yeah. You talk about mum and pop grub shops, and I'm like, man, that's literally my dad. It's so weird.
That is my pop. That is my pop.
Literally, yeah. I know you're my dad, obviously.
Of course,
The other guy that sort of.
Yeah, of course.
Sometimes.
I left you in his care many a year ago.
Exactly. Man, like I say, thank you. Just thank you so much for everything you've done.
You've done just as much for me as I've done for you, so don't worry about it.
Not quite, trust me. Trust me. Like, for me, it's without this community, I don't know where I'd be in life. I mean, you come along at such a pivotal time in my life. I started following you was probably about 18. I'm 26. Yeah. It's something along those lines. I'm engaged. I'm saving to buy a house, which is very hard when you don't make money on Patreon.
Sure.
Patreon.com/MC I'd appreciate it. Any dollars, I'd appreciate it. Which is really weird. I have to beg for dollars when I'm trying to get pounds.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Super weird. I'm like, Patreon, fix that, please.
It doesn't convert over?
It does convert, but the problem is, when you say to someone it's in dollars, they go, well, I don't have any dollars. People. I was convincing my nan the other day. She's just finally supported me on
You're like,
Patreon.
no, money is money. Just put the money in the digital thing.
It will do it itself, man, I promise. Yeah, it's just like, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Yeah. Are you excited for your panels?
Oh, yeah, dude. It's like, I'm excited to be here. Like, we've done a really good job this time around, and thanks to you, of getting the, not stressful things out of the way, but the more intense things.
Let me tell you, it was stressful.
For you, not for me. But I mean, like, of being on your feet for 5 hours and handshakes, photos, all that stuff that I love doing. Yeah. But, like, that's an energy drain. And then, like, autographs today, that's an energy drain. But to get it done first, now it's like, the panel's smooth sailing. It's Cameron Cuff, it's us being morons. And that's the thing, everybody's just there for us to be us. So let's just get up there and talk about it.
It must be nice.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's a good life.
It is a good life. Like I say, I'm very lucky that I live like this weird double life where I get to sort of live the same sort of way in a way. Yeah. Because I stream 8 hours a day, I do YouTube content, etc., etc. But then sometimes if I have to pick up work, I pick up work.
Of course.
But it's weird, isn't it? To like, I have this trouble with me where I don't like to not work.
Of course.
Because I'm trying to build.
Yeah.
And for me, maybe you can explain it for me, because for me, I'm like, maybe it will stop when I get there. No. Because I'm not there yet. I'm like, I'm going.
Do you think I'm there?
I mean, in a different way to what I am talking about, maybe.
Sure, okay.
I mean, for me, it's more to be self-sufficient.
Okay,
and be able to not rely on my beautiful fiancée for a lot of things, who is the most supportive person in God's given world. Yeah. And I'm so fortunate to have her, because I couldn't do this otherwise. We wouldn't be here right now. Yeah. Without her, I wouldn't be here. So, yeah, it's like just going. I know you've got a business you're trying to grow. So obviously when you're in the growth, I just find it hard to switch off.
Oh, sure. Well, that's the thing, it's been going around recently on Twitter, like all the, if you own your own business, you don't work a day in your life, right? And everybody keeps crossing it out, be like, you kind of work all the time, right? Yeah, but no, that's the thing is like, it never turns off. I don't feel like we've made it. I don't feel like I've made it. Like, it is very much that no matter what you're doing and what you want to be doing, no matter where you are in that journey, you're going to look at somebody else and be like, man, they've got the right idea. I need to do more of that. I need to be more like, you know what I mean? And I'm sure that goes on up the chain where it's like we sit there and we look at Funhouse's subscribers and you're like, fuck, or you know what I mean? Like IGN booking guests or whatever. Fuck Funhouse. Fucks Rahul Kohli down there all the time. You know what I mean? But like, there's always, grass is always greener. But it is that thing of, it's what keeps us going. It's what I see in you that I know keeps you going, is the fact that you do this because you love it and it is your passion. What else would you do? You know what I mean? Like, it's too much fun doing this. And if it wasn't, you wouldn't do it. Yeah, it's excruciating work and long hours, and you know, way more gray hairs than I had before.
I haven't got those yet.
Yeah.
I just shaved my hair though. So
you'll never know.
Yeah, hopefully.
But yeah, I mean, you just do it because it's all you know how to do and it's all you want to do. And that's, you know, it's similar to when people would ask me, like, you know, well, when do you think, you say you're going to be at IGN forever, when do you really think you can leave? And I was always like, well, when it's not my passion, right? And that was my thing. I was like, that's how it worked there. And like, here, now it's just ours. We own it, right? So it's that thing of, I've always said the best thing and the worst thing is that everything's our fault. So it's like every success is our success when we made that happen, and every failure is our failure. You know, it's like, you know, like you brought up YouTube tags in there, and before there was another thing we were talking about that we don't do well, and it's that thing of, well, I was talking about social media. It's that thing of, we know all the pain points, but you know, it's, there's only so many Dutch boys to put their finger in the hole and stop the dam. So it's like, I see the pucks going by, and I'm like, man, I'd love to stop that goal.
I blocked this one, but this one got past me.
Exactly, it's got to go.
So much you can
and
do.
so that's the thing of like, it took me a long time to get to let go on that front. You know what I mean? I think in the beginning, calling everything a garbage truck on fire was a defense mechanism. In the same way, like, you know, when you're overweight, you're like, I'm a fat guy. Like, you don't like being the fat guy or whatever necessarily.
I don't care.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about like as a kid, like swim with your shirt on and being embarrassed. But like,
now, I do that still. Yeah, something I do care.
So like, it's, you know, you own all of that, and what can you do? And so I think Garbage Truck on Fire in the beginning was very much like a defense mechanism, because I didn't like the fact of we've only done double-digit shows, and so when one goes down, we look like morons. And now something goes down every month and a half, something really bad happens, like, whatever, that's fine. We can take that in stride. That's no big deal. Oh, the podcast didn't go live when it's supposed to. That sucks, but people understand we generally hit that time. Like, we're usually good.
I usually hit Fridays. But this week I didn't. I was here.
Well, again, this is a special occasion.
It goes up on. It will be up by the week, so it doesn't matter. That's all I go with. Time's hard. Making sure you hit a time.
Oh my god,
I think the hard thing about me is I do it with other people, obviously. Like, I've got a great co-host in Gary and a few other people. So when you're trying to communicate with them, it's so much harder when you do it online. If I can just have people sit next to me, like, I can end this right now. Trying to organise it with people online is so hard.
Everybody's schedule, everybody's stuff.
It's ridiculous. But I want to talk about Colin a little bit. Just is there anything you wish you would have done differently in that whole scenario? Not that I think you did anything wrong personally, but is there anything that you wish you would have done differently?
In terms of our friendship and our business and how everything ends?
Your friendship is your business. I'm talking business. I think that's something that I think we're all best friends, but we've all got personal lives. And I think that's yours. So in business, do you think there's anything you could have done to keep him? Was there anything that you could have changed to make it so he would have still stayed part of Kind of Funny, but maybe did something away from the guys for a little bit or something like that?
I mean, my take on it is the same way I used to talk about my divorce, right? And the fact that I had a very hard conversation with a friend of mine years after my divorce, where he was like, going through some stuff, and he was very much like, you always say that you would never change any of the decisions you ever made, right, with your ex-wife because they led you to this place, right? And so for me, it's just a butterfly effect of no. Like, I don't, I can't live that way, and I never have in my personal or professional life, going back and be like, if I had just done this, if I had just done that. Because, maybe it would have made something better, but who knows where it would have ended up anywhere else. Like, we're still in that moment now with the company of, like, we do have those moments where we look around like, holy shit, this is kind of funny. This is amazing. It was, the last time we ordered pizza. we did the Patreon games, Ask It Kind of Funny Games Cast Anything, and we ate pizza and we were sitting there having beers and stuff, and it ended, and it was the end of like a stellar day. Like, all the shows were great. We had an amazing guest. Something happened, and it was that thing of and we're all just chilling out, and like Andy and Joey were working on another project, cool, and it was just like me, Kevin, and Tim at the thing, and I was just like, we made this. You know what I mean? Like, it's like I'm saying, we're laying the track as we go, so it's so rare, and we're always looking at somebody who's doing it better than us. So rare that you get to have one of those moments where you look around, you're like, fuck, look where we are. You know what I mean? Like, this company's so far and above and beyond my wildest expectations when we were like, crazy, right? When I was reviewing Oreos or thinking, you go to VidCon where I'm like, I want to make YouTube videos.
I think it's weird to see how far you've come. Because obviously I've been there from so early, which I talk to best friends now. And I'm like, oh, how long have you been watching? I'm like, oh, I've only just started.
I found it through MCU and review.
That's so great, but I'm like, oh my god, you don't know the Beyond days, like, and I'm not even me. I wasn't super early in Beyond, but I learned about you through Up and Noon. That was like my main thing. Actually, I'll tell you a funny story real quick, which was a friend of mine hated you, like a guy that got me into IGN,
happens all the time.
Which I was like, he was like, oh, he's too loud. And I'm like, that's why I love him.
Yeah.
He's totally different. I did, when I've been trying to break into the industry, I went to like IGN UK meetups and stuff like that. Yeah. And it's like, you're so polarizing, like, either you love you or you do not like you. Yeah. But work, not you as a person.
Yeah, yeah. Well, a lot of people love the working, or me.
That's it. Leave them to it. But yeah, no, I'm just like, I just was drawn to your energy so much.
Thank you.
And I think the one thing I want to see you do more, for me, is interview.
Oh, yeah, no. I agree.
What a level above anybody.
What I miss for sure is doing the one-on-ones. Like, I do miss that, and I talked about that before, and I think that there's a future where I have a product like that, or there is a kind of funny product that facilitates it. And I think you look at what we're doing now with Game Over Greggy, I think you can see where it is, right? Because we got the feedback loud and clear from the audience of like, hey, we don't mind guests, but we really hate when the whole show's about the guest. And it was like, oh,
I was one
okay.
of those people.
Yeah, and thank you for that feedback, where it was like, oh, yeah, I get what you're saying. So now to bring in Scott Porter and have it be like, cool, we're talking about fucking candy and chips forever, and then like he has this really great story about his wife, great. Yeah. But not like Adi Shankar, who was amazing, but okay, I don't care about Adi Shankar movies. Why would I care about a 2-hour podcast about it? It's like, that was great. But, right, if we do a different show that is just interviews, that's when it is. Adi, come on through. Tell me about this thing.
Do you see that being a thing one day?
I'd like to, yeah. I'd like to believe that we have that, yeah. But I think it's, we've been lucky enough that since the soft reboot of Kind of Funny Life 3, right, like, we have such a concrete schedule now where it's like, the fact that there's 2 daily shows every day and then, 2 podcasts every week at the very minimum, and I guess 3 if you kind of see you and review now.
Yeah.
It's like, we know what the bandwidth is. We know what we can do, what we should do, and how to make it better. And so, like, we're just on such a great roll right now where I think, we do see the, the blue sky of like, all right, cool, now what do we want to do and how do we make that happen? And, the invention of seasonal shows for us was such an eye-opener, too. Of like, we wanted to do Cooking with Greggy, but, like, in the first few years, right, that would have meant there's Cooking with Greggy every week, and there's no end in sight. Whereas now we're like, oh, we can launch a product and be like, it's 8 episodes, 12 episodes, and we're done.
Yeah. I'll ask because it's a selfish question for me, but I'm sure a lot of best friends would ask, would you ever hire someone from the UK?
Of course.
I see the logistics of it being so hard that...
Yeah, but I mean, like, keep in mind that, like, when we were getting ready to quit, right, IGN, the idea was originally like, well, I guess we'll go on Obamacare, we'll do, like, and like, this is, I know, way over UK people's heads. But, like, we're going to go, and then it was, like, Nick figured out payroll and figured out how to get insurance, right?
Did you figure it out?
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's how this whole company's worked. Any obstacle you give us, we figure out a way over it. It's just that you don't know what you know until you need to know it, right? Yeah.
That gives a lot of people, including myself, hope.
Good.
I think the weird thing for a lot of us is, I think a lot of us come in the industry because of you guys, and I think like the end goal is to work for you, which is strange. But I think I've learned with Rooster Teeth, the same thing's happening to them. Yeah. Where everyone's like, we're in, and this is our end goal. Yeah. And then we all sort of end up wherever we end up.
Yeah.
But for me, it was
nothing ever pans out the way you think it's going to.
No, definitely not. I think for me, it was a case of once I think I struggled with it for a little while. Of like, I'm never going to work for you guys. Yeah. But once I did that, I started focusing on me, and I just
right. And that's the thing is, I feel like if you go and do you, do you well, right? Yeah. The opportunities find you, whether it's us or IGN UK or IGN SF or whatever, right? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for your time.
Dude,
I'm sure I could talk to you forever, but I need you to go and rest.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
I love you so much, dude. I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy with what you've accomplished. It means so much to me to see you do it and like listen to it and go make it happen.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate everything you've done to me, seriously.
I like coming.
Yeah. No, it's
Patreon.com/MCFixer.
Do it.